Okay, so here's that little blues thing. A couple of versions of it. The basic one was that's the basic thing. Now you can also take that um, and insert the pentatonic scale. And on and on, or take any hit the chord or just a bass note. It's all there. Now the alternate shapes that we were looking at. The first one is based on a D form. It's like taking a D7 chord up 2 frets and finding the root a whole step higher than the open D string. E, leaving those two fingers as a unit, slide up 3 frets and take those two fingers you had on that first D7 and reverse them, so you get this. That's basically based out of the C form. If you go down to here is a C chord, make it a C7, or you can take a C chord and always add that G note on the top. It's still a C chord, but if you take that, add that G note on the top, and the note that makes it a seventh, you'll lose the root on the fifth string. But there's your chord. Now the root is on the second string. That's it. That's still, see, here's a C7, here's a C7 without the root. But C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E. So that's how you arrive at that shape. So these two shapes, same right hand pattern. Now, because the root is on the second string, I can move that up to the, let's say, I'm sorry, the first one, root is there. If I find an A, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, I can play it there. And by the same token, just as I took this shape and slid it up 3 frets, I can do the same thing here. So here's my E, A. Also, I get the whole range with just those two chords, and they're very easy once you get your hand wrapped around it, because these two fingers are like they're like on runners, man. They just stick there the whole time. The other two forms that work together are this form, the A7, which is a basic, when you can play an A7 like that, you can play an A7 like that. You can play it's very malleable little chords. Anyway, there it is, A7. Now, if I just play on the first 4 strings, I'm not playing that low A. I can identify that shape by the note on the third string, G, G sharp, A. Okay. Now take that. Now this is where the runners are. Now that little bar I've got going across the first 4 strings, slide that up 3 frets, and take that finger that was on that G note there, and move it over 2 strings. And now you get a piece of that A7 chord on the 5th fret. So I can take my 12-bar blues. Now we're not going to B7 right now. We're just going to play the standard open B7. Or well, the B7 is actually, if you took this C chord, that's C7, and move the back one fret, that's that B7. Anyway, so E7, then A7. Now I'm going to take the E and move it up there, because remember now E, based out of that A form, that A7 form, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E7. And slide up to the 12th fret, and there's the E form. So my E, I could take with using all four chords with one chord. I could go, then A, now with the B, because we don't have an open bass string, but still, you can still just play those little fragmented chords. This B, or B also would be, I can't really do it, or B up here. You still can play just the four notes and get a certain amount of, so I'll play, I'm going to play through a 12-bar blues, playing that. E, E, A, E, B, A. So, hope that gives you some stuff to work on, and we'll turn it into a real jam for the recital.